Now we will talk about slope fields first, and then we'll talk about Euler's method next in this section. So let's see what we have. Suppose we have a first order differential equation of the form y prime equals f of x and y, where this is an expression in x and y. That means the slope of your curve at any point x and y is given by this equation. Now, the way you draw this, you draw short line segments with slope f of xy by plugging in values at several points of x and y. And then you draw your f using those little slope tick marks per se. Now, I'm going to use just the built-in graph function in your calculator. Let's say I have a differential equation of y prime equals 2x minus 1. As you see, it's not dependent upon y, so y can be anything. I'm just giving you a very simple example, but you can just make this as complicated as you can. Let's say I don't know how to calculate those things by hand. What you can do, you can use the table feature and enter x and y values. In this case, since y prime only depends on x, I'll just enter x values. You can go 2, 2, 2, 2, and then go 3, 3, 3, 3, those kind of things. And then, if it is dependent upon y, you can put it someplace in your table, but here it doesn't. So what I'm going to do, you go up to L2 and enter the formula. The way you do it, you go up and then you push enter. And let's say you want to write 2 times x minus 1, and x you put it in L1, so you go 2 times L1, which is here, and minus 1. When you push enter, it's going to fill out that table for you. Now, you can develop that table and use the table feature just the way I showed you here. If you want to graph those slope fields without using a program, what you can do is just go take the integral by hand, and the integral of that is x squared minus x plus c, c being any constant. So what you can do, this is kind of a handy tool. You can enter x squared minus x plus c, and x's are taken from this button here. And then kind of store something in the home menu by going out of here by quit, and then say I want to put 1 and store it to C value. Watch. Second C. And it shows it in here, and push enter. It says, well, I put 1 for C. Then you can go to graph. Watch. When you graph, it's going to put a graph. This is a little bit different scale. And it will draw the function just using any C. This is a nice feature. Let's say I'm changing C to 0. You can just get out. You can say, well, I'm storing 0 for C now. And you can do that. And then go to alpha C. And then this time, you see another graph. Do you see it? So this is actually very handy. And if you want to see, like, let's say -3 or something, and then you can go again, second quit, -3. And then you store it to alpha C. Oops, yeah. And graph. You see it? So, you can use C, the alphanumeric letters, and store it, and actually look at your function for different C values. Now, if you want to actually see the slope fields, you're going to have to use some kind of programming, and I will show you that next. Now, if we want to use a program to draw slope fields, this is the easiest thing to do. What you do is you take your calculator and you download a file. And to download a file, you have to go to this TI site, and they're free. And they say, okay, well, you can actually go and get those things. And I pre-entered that. And let me show you how that works. Alright, And if you look in here, you cannot see it, but this is the address I gave you. It's ticalc.org. In there are a bunch of programs, and there are programs for slope fields. And you just click on the program and download it on your calculator. You click on the file name, and then folder name, and then it just download it, and you can download it. In some cases, you just have to right click and say save file on your computer. Now, what you can do, the download instructions are also here. You'll need a TI Connect software, and you'll need a cable. Okay, I gave you both links. So this one is, you can just type this in, and you have it in here, educationti.com, and I'll show you what it looks like. And you have the connect and instructions in here, and just download and install and all that good stuff. Alright? And then the other one is this one. If you want to see what kind of cable and everything, you can just type this address, and it will take you to a place like this. And okay, hold on. And the connectivity kit and how you can do it. You can expand your capabilities and all that. So you need the cable, you need the program. And then you need to download it and follow the instructions. Now what I did is, I already did that, and I always tweak my programs when I do that. And I'll show you how to actually enter a program from scratch if you want. This is a program called Slope EF, and I'll show you. You go to Program button. If you're entering a brand new program, you just have to go New. These are not downloading. It's actually creating your own programs. And you can create new and then give a name. It will ask for a name. And then, okay, you just call it whatever you want, and then you start typing. Now, I did that. If you look at Program menu one more time, let me get out of here. Program menu here. And you can go to Edit, and you can see and edit and change those programs that you downloaded, or the program that you created. You can enter the statements. If you go here, I'll show you that Slope EF is your program. Now, each one, this is the column is pre-entered, and you have to get these things. Your calculator has all these things under catalog. Worst comes to worst, you can go to second catalog in alphabetical order and push enter to get all these things. First of all, you need to do the clear draw. You can get that from catalog. For example, I'll just show you. You go to catalog, and then go scroll down to C. You can also push C, and then watch. Clear draw. Do you see here? You can pick it up and push enter. Guess what? It just goes and puts it in there. Now, you can go function off. The function off is in the vars menu. The vars menu is right here under YVars. Okay? And then if you want to do, for example, let's go back to edit. Let's go to program. Oops, let me get out of here. Program edit. And let's go Slope F. Alright. That one function I just showed you where that is. If you want to enter Xmin and Xmax, that is under vars menu again, right here. And vars menu has a sub menu, and it is, if you look in here, vars sub menu, and that one is under window. Do you see that window in here? And you see Xmin and Xmax is there. Then you can go back and get the store key. Store key is here. All this is pretty straightforward. And here's a new function. The label. Label is on the program menu and under control things. Do you see that? And you have if, then, else, and all sorts of things. These are like the control statements, and label is right here. if you don't want to go to these menus, you can go to catalog. So you have the label, store is the store button, and XY is just the regular, draw is under draw, and let's see, what else do I have? And then pretty much it. When you enter it, your program is going to be right here under program menu. Okay? And then you want to execute your program, you just go down in there, and this one says you need to enter the function f of xy in y1. Remember how that was? And I entered that. Now, this f of xy in y1, it adjusts the window. Let me show you. Okay, you have to enter not the function, but the f of xy, which is 2x minus 1 in the previous example. So my thing was y prime equals 2x minus 1. So you enter that. Okay? And then here's the initial value problem. Y of 0 is 0. So let's use the slope EF program for that. So what you do, you just go and enter 2x minus 1. And you can clear everything else. Here we go. Now I want to execute the program. Remember I showed you how to type the program or download the program. You go to program. And it's the first one is execute. You scroll down. Slope. Alright. And then just here we are right now. Okay. And you push enter. You see it? It actually enters those things. And remember how it looked like. This one, let's say my initial value problem is y of 0 is 0. Remember when I went and I did, I solved this differential equation by hand, I get x squared minus x plus c. So let's enter that, x squared minus x plus c. Remember? Plus c, you can enter c. The thing is, it's an initial value problem. What does that mean? And remember how that was? The thing was that you had c is 0. This will determine what it is. So when you put 0 in here, you're gonna have to find c equals 0. So you can put 0 to c. You don't have to do that. You just can't put just 0 at the beginning. But I'm just showing you these things so that you can do other values as well. And here we go. You put 0 to c. Now everything is there. So I can have those slope fields, and then I can have this initial value problem and draw my f, draw my y, which is x squared minus x. And you'll see that my y is going to follow my slope fields, right? Look at that. Do you see it? Let's make it a little bit thicker. To make your graph thicker, you go all the way to the left and hit enter. And let's graph it now. Alright, to see the slope fields in there, you just have to run your program. Here you are. And then put your y in there. Do you see? It's following actually your slope fields. That pretty much concludes how we can graph those slope fields and my y at the same time using a program.